so frustrated. I am supposed to figure out what I teach aligns with what I'm testing for the RMCA scores. I cannot figure out where do I look and how do I even know what's happening which way. Our scores tanked last year, so my principal is like so on my case. I don't even know where I'm supposed to find this stuff.
Hey, at least you have a textbook. We've got a whole new chemistry curriculum. We've got to pick a textbook. And the administrator said, well, it's got to align to these standards. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I've got all these standards. How do I figure out what curriculum aligns with what? I'm clueless on this.
Huh. And Doug, welcome to our world.
Oh, yeah.
How does it feel? Good guy.
I don't know, it's a lot of work. I have an observation coming up here. So I have my lesson on hydrocarbons, but the problem is I went to school in South Dakota. I don't know this thing about Minnesota standards. That's one of the requirements that our principal has asked me to state, is what are the standards I'm teaching to.
Oh, man.
This is not going to be a good
Good.
year.
Hi everybody, I have just the resource for you. Scimath and the Minnesota Department of Education have a new online resource that'll help address all of your needs. Should we take a look?
I don't know.
No,
Our
it's too
district's,
expensive.
we're budget cuts. We can't afford
Not a
anything.
chance.
Not a
Sorry.
chance.
Best of all, it's free. And
Whoa.
free 24/7 online.
We'd love to see what you do.
All right, let's take a look, shall
All
we?
right.
Great.
Scimath Men, in partnership with the Minnesota Department of Education, have created this great web page called the Frameworks for the Minnesota Mathematics and Science Standards. The frameworks are resources developed to help teachers translate the Minnesota state standards into classroom practice, hopefully positively affecting your students' outcome and achievement on these standards. They're grouped by the mathematics frameworks or the science frameworks, where you can take a look at all of them. Or to get started, perhaps you want to download either the Minnesota Science Standards or Mathematics Standards and take a look at which ones apply particularly to your class. Next, you can come to the frameworks page and take a look. You can search by concept or search by code if you know the number of the standard you're interested in. One way to browse widely would be to choose, let's say, 9 through 12 physical science standards. Go ahead and find the frameworks. And you can take a look. Maybe you want to look at this one on chemistry. The first page, defines the standard, states what it is, states a couple of benchmarks that go along with it, and also shows you what the standard means in kind of lay terms, their big ideas and essential understandings. The other resource here is a list of student misconceptions that might go along with the standard that you might want to attend to while teaching. A vignette which frames up or describes what the standard might look like in one of the lessons being taught in your class in that unit. There's a lot of resources here. Simulations, formative assessment probes, online videos, vocabulary that goes along with the standard, and different technology connections that you might be interested in to use in your classroom as well. There's examples of assessment questions, the type of question that might go along as you do a formal assessment on the standard. And then there's some differentiation suggestions for struggling or at-risk learners, English language learners, multicultural settings, and also special education settings. There's also a page that gives you links to many other standards that are around the country. And there's a resources page which shows some examples of mathematics best practices, science best practices, and different websites to help you meet those goals. So come check it out. There's a lot here. You can log in, create your own account, and get in contact and converse with teachers around the state on how they're applying the Minnesota frameworks to the standards in their classes.
So what did you all think?
Fantastic.
Great. I don't need to use all these extra resource books. It's already there for me.
And I'm going to go log on right now.
I've already registered.
Thanks, framework friend.
You're welcome. 24/7 here for you.
Awesome.